I guess you can say the only thing that was woke up with this was the people turning up at the theaters to watch the film, because it's over-delivered on its estimates for the box office weekend. So let's talk about Thor: Love and Thunder and the first weekend in the US. So going into this weekend, I think most of you are pretty well aware of where the estimates for Thor: Love and Thunder were. Essentially, the lowest of the low end was 115 million. The highest of the absolute highest was 150. Most people were saying 130 is probably where you're gonna land. Again, we saw the Friday numbers, which were honestly way above expectations, performing 50% better than Thor Ragnarok. So going into the following couple days, we of course talked about Saturday, where that was just about on point. So it's no surprise that we're hearing that for its complete weekend take so far, from what we understand, again, till Disney makes it official, it could go up or down a couple million. The film is currently at 143 million in the United States for its opening weekend, meaning that it's about 13 to 14 million above where most people thought it would land. Now again, we are talking about most people. There is of course the highest of the high-end estimates, which two of the highest ones were 150 and 160. Obviously, when you have, 300 people out there making predictions for various things, you're bound to see some that are super high. Disney's internal predictions, from what we understand, were somewhere around 110 to 115. Adding 15 to 20 million on top of that, depending on what the final numbers look like, is honestly, it's all good for them. Again, I'm not a person who absolutely loved this film. As I talked about it in my review and my spoiler-filled review, I have plenty of issues with it, and, it's definitely not in, my top 20 MCU films, but I can see why people, after the initial opening Friday, just went in droves, obviously for Saturday and Sunday, to deliver this number, because they probably heard, hey, it's fun, it's crazy, the kids will love it. So there you go. In terms of where it lands compared to other MCU titles, well, this is just behind Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which came in at 146.5. So this officially makes it the 12th biggest MCU opening of all time. Again, nothing bad here. What can you say? Overall, I think this is a pretty strong number, and Disney's gonna be happy, but you guys know how, legs to a film are important. And the second weekend is gonna be the, the biggest factor here, because if it has a steep drop-off, let's say 70% or so, this film is going to be very front-loaded on the opening weekend, and then the drop-off is going to be disastrous, which some people are predicting. But again, we're going to talk about that once we see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday come in, because those kind of dictate if people are going to necessarily go in a sort of upward trajectory building up into the weekend. Again, we'll talk about that when it gets there, but overall, not bad. Not bad for a film that's, I guess divisive is the best way to put it.